In the world of manufacturing, there's this silent killer of productivity, a problem that costs industries billions year after year. Today, we're going to dive into how AI and machine learning are stepping up to fight it, aiming to make unexpected downtime, well, a thing of the past. So, just take a second and think about this. If you run any kind of industrial operation, what is that one thing, that one threat that can just derail everything in an instant? The thing that really keeps you up at night? Yeah, it's this, that sudden, completely unannounced breakdown of a critical piece of machinery. 1 minute, everything's humming along just fine, and the next, bam, your entire production line grinds to a halt. This right here is the villain of our story. But what if you could actually see it coming? This is where our hero enters the picture. AI can now predict those exact equipment failures with a staggering 92% accuracy. And look, that isn't just a small improvement. That is a full-blown revolution in reliability. To really get why that 92% is such a huge deal, we first have to wrap our heads around the sheer scale of the problem, the true cost of what we're calling the downtime dilemma. See, a breakdown is never just one single event. Oh no, it's like the first domino in a long line. First, production halts. That immediately backs up your orders. That pressure then falls on your customers who, might start looking for a more reliable supplier. And all the while, you're stuck with a massive bill for emergency repairs. It's this whole chain reaction of cost and, honestly, just chaos. Okay, so if that's the problem, how in the world do we get to that 92% accurate solution? Well, the tech isn't magic. It's actually an evolution of an idea that's been around for a while called condition-based monitoring. But now, it's like it's been supercharged with AI. So, traditional condition-based monitoring, or CBM, is all about keeping equipment in good shape. But when you sprinkle in AI, you take this giant leap from just monitoring what's happening to actively predicting what's going to happen. The AI sifts through these enormous amounts of data, finds tiny little patterns a human could never hope to spot, and basically raises a flag that says, hey, this part, it's showing signs of stress. It's probably going to fail in about 2 weeks. It completely transforms maintenance from being reactive to being proactive. So, what does this proactive approach actually look like on the factory floor? Well, when you shift from just reacting to predicting, you create this amazing cascade of real-world benefits. And the payoff here, it is huge. It all starts with being able to detect faults early, catching those little signs before they turn into a catastrophe. This ability to fix things before they break just drastically cuts your downtime. And as a result, your team's productivity skyrockets because they're not putting out fires all day. They're doing planned strategic maintenance, which all leads to more reliable machines and a much healthier bottom line. Let's get specific. One of the most powerful ways this is used is in vibration analysis. You can almost think of the AI here like a doctor with this incredible, super-powered stethoscope, listening to the inner workings of your machines to diagnose a problem long before you'd ever see any symptoms on the outside. See, every machine has its own unique vibration signature. It's like its heartbeat. AI algorithms can analyze this data with unbelievable detail, picking up on these super subtle shifts in frequency or amplitude that might signal something like bearing wear or misalignment, things that are totally invisible to a human operator. This lets it diagnose the root cause and tell you exactly what to fix and when. Okay, another fantastic application is oil analysis. If vibration is the machine's heartbeat, then you've got to think of oil as its lifeblood. The condition of that oil tells you a ton about the health of the machine itself. AI takes this to a whole other level. It can spot the tiniest changes in oil viscosity, or it can identify microscopic metal particles that are a dead giveaway for internal wear and tear. These insights let you make really smart decisions, so you can do things like change the oil at the absolute perfect moment to extend an asset's life. And it's not just about what's vibrating or what's flowing. AI also totally excels at ultrasonic monitoring. This is a huge deal for catching those sneaky, costly, and pretty much invisible leaks in compressed air or gas systems. Think about it. A tiny hidden leak could go unnoticed for months, just silently wasting energy and money. But machine learning algorithms can analyze these complex ultrasonic sounds, pinpointing the exact source of a leak that, honestly, you'd probably never find otherwise. This kind of precision stops resource loss in its tracks and makes sure repairs happen way before they become a major expense. So you get the why. You understand the power of this technology. The next logical question is, how, right? how do you actually get this intelligence working on your factory floor? Let's walk through a clear, pretty straightforward roadmap. All right, the journey to a smarter factory, it all starts with data. Step 1, you centralize it. Get it all in one place so the AI has a complete picture. 2, you use industrial sensors to gather that data in real time. Third, and this one is super important, you adopt a new philosophy: reliability-centered maintenance. This just means you stop doing rigid, calendar-based service, and instead you focus on the actual health and function of each machine. And finally, you tie it all together with a full digital transformation. When you put all of these pieces together, you start to get a picture of not just a smarter factory, but really the future of manufacturing itself. And we're not just talking about tiny little improvements here. As one analysis puts it, this is about a fundamental transformation of the entire manufacturing landscape. It's about making your assets last longer, making downtime a true rarity, and making your whole maintenance process way smarter and more efficient.
But maybe the most important takeaway here is that this isn't some far-fetched sci-fi dream. This technology is here. It's available right now. It's being put to work today, and it's quickly becoming the new standard for any company that wants to compete.
So, we've walked through the problem, the 92% accurate solution, and even the roadmap to get there. Really, the only question left is for you to answer. Is your factory ready for the future?